I'm Alex Sharfin. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Personality Type, created for empire builders, game changers, world makers, those among us who can't turn it off and don't know why anyone would want to. We challenge complacency, destroy apathy, and obsess on creating momentum so we can roll over bureaucracy and make our greatest contribution. Sure, we pay attention to the rules, but only so we can bend, break, and rewrite them around our own will. We don't accept our destiny, we define it. We've all heard sit down, stop talking, quit going so fast, and making everyone else uncomfortable. But we are hardwired differently. We are evolutionary hunters, the most important people in the world, because entrepreneurs are the only source of consistent, positive human evolution, and we always will be. This is episode 21, Why Entrepreneurs Love Cars. This is an interesting topic, and it can be a controversial one. But the fact is that entrepreneurs, male and female, love cars. At the heart of every entrepreneur is a child creating their version of freedom. For those of us who remember the constraints we grew up with as children, schools that didn't understand us, negative feedback about our ideas and what we saw as opportunities, and for many of us, even the ridicule of bullying, freedom has been on our minds forever, whether we've acknowledged it up till now or not. As an entrepreneur, you also know that you are a physiologically connected person. You feel your environment and what is going on around you with a high level of awareness. When I go to conventions of successful entrepreneurs, it's not surprising to see a large majority of the room in top physical condition because we are physiologically sensitive, momentum-based beings that are highly reactive to constraint. And as physiological and physical people who are connected to our sense of freedom, we want just that. The sensation of freedom, the feeling of freedom, the knowing that we have freedom. When we were younger, we could go as far as we could run or our feet would pedal. We could go fast, but not as fast as we really wanted to, and we always knew there was more. Even those of us who found artificial means of accelerating, like taking our bike up to the top of a hill and using gravity, couldn't find the hill quite big enough to feel like fast was really fast enough. There's something hardwired into the entrepreneurial personality type that asks, can I go a little bit faster, a little bit further, and a little bit closer to the edge? See, cars sit at the magical intersection of physiology and freedom. For many of us, a car is not just a means of transportation. When I turn the key in my race-prepped Porsche and the car crackles to life, it becomes an extension of my physiology that allows me to strap it on like an Iron Man suit and do more than I ever could on my own. The car and I become one. Sometimes I get asked, why do you need a race car to drive around Austin? My quick answer is why not? But the real answer is because I can and because I want to. See, there's moments in cars that just don't match much of anything else for me. There's one right turn onto a major highway when I commute around Austin, and on the days where the traffic is light and the signal is green, I can downshift into second gear, push the car to its limit, and glide through faster than physics should allow. And when it all works out, I have momentum for the rest of the day. I have a small collection of cars, and each happens to have its own capabilities, and each provides me its own level of stimulation and excitement. Just driving them makes me feel alive. The rest of the world doesn't understand. They look at a fast car with a high price tag and almost immediately think judgment. I remember when one of my exotics was parked in front of a restaurant and my wife was waiting out in front for me, and somebody walked by and said, I bet that guy's an asshole driving a car like that. This may shock you, but let's be honest, the rest of the world doesn't understand people like us. Because I know the feeling of forward momentum I get from my cars. And I know each day that I turn the key, feel the car come to life, pull out onto the road, and have it act as an extension of the physiological capabilities I have, it makes me feel alive and it fills me with momentum. So I don't apologize for my love of cars. I don't apologize for the cars that I have. In fact, when I see another entrepreneur with a fast car that I know they love, I think, good for you and good for your momentum. Because where the rest of the world judges, we physiologically understand that writing a check for a car that most people would never consider in their lives is just pure momentum to people like us. Do me a favor, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Entrepreneurial Personality Type podcast and leave us a review. I'd love to know what you think, and I'd love to help you create even more momentum. And in the next episode, 22, I'm going to share a recording from a podcast that I did with Daniel Geffen that shocked me and showed me a window to the entrepreneurial personality type content in an entirely new way. And I think it will open your eyes, give you a new possibility of what the entrepreneurial personality type can be, and surprise you with the level of transparency that Daniel was willing to share. I look forward to seeing you on episode 22.